This first one is Orange Blast. You had this one before?
I have not. What I'm thinking is like maybe I'll do a taste test and kind of rank them as they're kind of going along.
Let's do it.
Maybe we'll judge that thing where I can line them up.
I love that.
We'll keep a little bit in the bottom of each glass so I can tell the colors as we go.
Well, cheers, man.
Well, cheers. Kind of like that. Remember the tang?
It's like the orangutan.
There was
right?
this called orange tang, and it was like in a jar thing. Your mom would whip it up, and like when you couldn't afford orange juice, you got orange tang. So that reminds me of a little bit of that old flavor, a little classic flavor of tang.
People feel different types of nostalgia towards this flavor in particular, so it's a great flavor to start with because you are like nostalgia to me in a nutshell.
Okay. Nostalgia in a nutshell.
Well, for 30 years, Bands Warped Tour has acted as a launch pad for a ton of different bands that I grew up listening to. Who are some of the bands that you're most proud of for kind of taking off post Warped Tour?
For me, it was that background prior to that, like 12 years working in the clubs of LA, up to 320 nights a year. So I was listening to all these different sounds. So I think that's what Warped Tour kind of became, was kind of an eclectic festival. That first year, if you go to 1995, we had people like Seaweed, which was kind of this indie band out of like Seattle. Then you had Sublime. For me, it was like this kind of platform and springboard more for fans. I looked at the fans and said, wow, those metal kids might like punk songs, and punk band people might like some of this stuff. But who was I most proud of? I like the bands like, you know, that maintain a career over a long time. When you look at Less Than Jake, who played the most Warped Tour dates ever, to see how those bands, you can make it in this business for such a long period, and you don't have to have a giant hit. That by putting in the hard work, keeping your mind open mostly, being willing to play for anyone, you can have a long career in this business, and what's wrong with that?
And there have been people, though, that have had those huge career successes. Katy Perry has thanked Warped Tour numerous times for what it's done for her.
You know, Katy Perry was like willing to get up there every day, and she was just learning her chops, basically. There was no Kissed a Girl before Warped Tour. It came out on top, but I was putting her in tough positions. Like, no one knows when I write that schedule each day, I'm challenging artists. So she had to go up right before Pierce the Veil or Bring Me the Horizon or right after. And like, just showed her what a great live act she could become.
Gwen Stefani is another big one in that category of someone who just blew up.
You know, she was someone I knew from working in the clubs.
Oh, okay, really?
Oh yeah, she was like we'd do these ska shows, and there'd be like 12 bands, and there was no doubt it was like band number 9. And we would sit there and literally say, we knew she could be a star, but they got to get out of the clown suits. They used to wear like kind of a clowny suit on stage, and we're like, get rid of the clown suits and let her be the star.
Hayley Williams is another one who started off on a really small stage of Warped Tour. She was only a teenager when she started playing there, right?
The way I met her first was actually, I had another tour called Taste of Chaos. And there was this little band that I put on that tour called My Chemical Romance, and Senses Fail and Kill Switch Engage. And I had heard about Hayley Williams through a friend, and I put her on a second stage just to play a few songs acoustically, but right before Kill Switch Engage. And she held her own, like totally held it. And I go, that's someone that I'd love to hopefully help give us